Oh man, let's see what Facebook is doing here. There we go. Hi people, welcome to Sunday, December 3rd. So for everybody that is popping in, hey, for everybody that's popping in, I am finally up to 3 streams. So excited. So I'm going to be looking 3 different ways this evening and kind of doing my video a little bit differently. I'm going to have YouTube here, hey YouTube, Instagram, and then Facebook. So starting off a little bit differently, like I said, I'm first going to, I think it's just clear the energy a little bit. So if you have not been outside and seen the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Gemini full moon, please do. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Okay, that feels good. It feels good. So, to outline what I'm going to be doing this evening, I specifically did not get into certain things. Yes, honey. I'm going to make sure everybody knows that. Just give me 1 second. So the way that I'm going to be doing this tonight, my video from a few days ago, I specifically did not want to mention certain practices. I don't want to say practices because I don't want people thinking a certain way. In regards to setting intentions, how to best capitalize on this full moon energy. That's what I'm speaking to, okay? Because I wanted to see if my spirit guides, my angels, God wanted to use me as, of course this is out now, wanted to use me as a vessel to deliver another message, and that was confirmed in a dream that I had last night. Didn't get much sleep. I had a whole bunch of fun though. Shout out to my people. Y'all know who you are. I can see my other tapestry is in this, so I'm just gonna switch you a little bit here. So I don't want that. Okay. So yeah, what was I saying? Oh, I didn't specifically get into that type of stuff because I wanted to see if I was going to be given signs to do it on another day. I ideally was trying to expect to do it yesterday, but that didn't happen, which is totally cool. Totally cool. I'm all right with that, because this is the perfect time to do it. So I'm going to be going through the Gemini full moon, some things that you can do to start setting your intentions. One thing definitely, I'm just going to get it out the way now because it's one of the main things that people use full moons for, is to clean their crystals, clean their tools, excuse me, that help them get their spiritual guidance. And Facebook, I am not liking this delay, so I may upload a video to replace this if it's not coming through clear enough. But if it's not, people, please tell me. If you can't hear me, please tell me, and I might take a little break and kind of rearrange things a little bit. Anywho, but yeah, I want to talk about how you can capitalize on this full moon energy, but clean your crystals, put your stuff out on the windowsill, all of that. And then I am not going to do a reading, but I am going to pull a few cards of chakra cleansing. I'm just guided to do that. And also kind of explain what I have surrounding me right now. Yeah. It's kind of going to be like a conversation. At least I'm hoping so. Please ask questions. But if not, I do have, my lineup here. So first and foremost, like I had mentioned before, and I'm just going to keep rotating this until it burns out because it's definitely doing its job right now. But retrograde happened. We're in it. Been in it. But more specifically, the energy is going to be amplified, if that makes any sense, for a little bit, until the 22nd. So please, please, please be careful when it comes to contracts, when it comes to transportation. I'm really feeling that if you can rearrange your route, do something a little bit different than you usually do on a normal basis, that may help you leave a lot earlier. If any of you have children and, back seats and things like that, please double, triple, quadruple check to make sure that everything is secured. Like, you'll just be surprised at where little things that you overlook, or you start to think like, oh, I don't have time, or perhaps I don't need to necessarily make that extra step. Please make that extra step. Please. Save yourself by just, doing your due diligence. I don't know why, but I really just wanted to say that. I'm getting... holiday plans. Holiday plans. Again, if you can, if you're flying, get there early. If you are choosing to, like, I'm saying this more so for Southwest, or if you do get a seat that is in the exit row on the airplane, if for any reason you don't feel comfortable being seated there, move. I'm definitely feeling that this is going to be a time, and it's kind of confirmation on some of the notes that I had taken earlier. But this is going to definitely be a time when intuition is heightened. Now, Gemini is a logical sign. It's an air sign, so they, live in the brain. Even though they are considered to be the energy that Gemini signs present, they're strong communicators. But again, there are other elements in a natal chart that may, kind of finagle that a little bit. Well, actually not a little bit. It could be a lot. Especially if you have more of another sign in your chart than Gemini. So I'm also feeling that, again, if people are trying to sign contracts or do anything legally, okay, life doesn't stop just because we're in Mercury retrograde. It doesn't. But have other individuals, like if you're dealing with the legal team, if there's more than one person on your legal team, make sure that you get a response from everybody. If it is just one person, then maybe have somebody else. Like if you have a friend who's an attorney, or a friend of a friend is an attorney, then maybe have them look over something. But I'm, again, just taking extra steps during these next 3 to 4 weeks specifically, may just save you a little bit of headache down the line. So that's kind of all I want to say on Mercury retrograde. I've touched on it in some of my previous videos, so please go back and watch those. Yeah. Now, am I seeing everything? Oh, we'll see. So, yeah, this is, oh, nope, you're still burning bright. Okay. Um, and all over. Okay, anywho. So, moving on. The Gemini full moon, also called the cold moon. But again, if you have not gone outside and seen it, and you may be wondering why it seems like it is so big, it is a super moon. It is the first of 3 that we're going to be getting, which is really, it doesn't happen too often. Oh, miss you too, girl. um, so it's the first of 3 that are going to be happening. The other 2 are actually going to happen in January. So early January and the end of January, which is crazy. So I'm interested to, when I go back and look at my calendar, because I haven't touched the new year yet. That is on my list of duties to do. I'm just going to set this down here. That's on my list to do. Probably probably in the next couple of days, because I do have to change my calendars and my whiteboards around my home. So yeah, I'm going to be interested to see where the moon phases line up, and if there are going to be any major anomalies. So for YouTube, just as a forewarning, I am going to kind of be doing some different things to see what is comfortable for YouTube. So for everyone, YouTube is going to be my place where I do, readings. Like if I'm getting the call to do daily readings or monthly readings, sign readings, different types, that's going to be the one-stop shop. I am creating a page on Facebook, waiting for a couple of other things to take place first. But once that comes up, I don't know. I might share what's on YouTube with that page. I don't know yet. But once I do, I'll make sure to put that out there. Facebook Live, maybe when it comes to certain conversations, yes. But Instagram, definitely. And I may change you up a little bit too. So we'll see. It is the season of change. The season of hibernation. The season of, taking a chill pill, kind of pulling it back, and doing some inner work. All right? It's time to do some inner work. So, off on my tangent now, coming back to this wonderful moon. Again, if you have not been outside, please do so before you go to bed tonight. It's just gorgeous. The energy is definitely there. And when I was channeling when I got home from my weekend and meditating before, coming on and talking to you all, trust, intuition, partnerships, conversations. Those were the words that were the strongest in in the sounds that I was hearing. That's what I got. So loyalty. If you guys, again, have watched some of my previous videos and some of the cards that I had pulled out during my readings and some of the things that I was saying may be happening, some of those things, or a lot of those things, are going to actually be taking place now, or the energy is there. Conflict, trust, loyalty. There's going to be tests for freaking sure. So that is work, that is family, that is friendships, partnerships, significant others, even internally. There's going to be a lot of struggling because this new moon is illuminating not necessarily the dark. That's what the moon does in general, but it is all about being able to expose your truest self. getting in tune with you, understanding who your twin is within you. Gemini, their sign is typically portrayed by two people or two pillars, a parallel, right? So I also received the message that, again, you are going to be learning who people are in your circle. You are going to be learning who are your ride or dies, who are those loyal ones, who are those that are going to be with you through every trench you fall into. That happens. On the opposite end of the coin, though, what I had said in a previous video is you are going to be learning who you have to say, gotta go. And it's going to be easy. It's going to be easy. Because if you are being your truest self, then those that don't serve you, their non-service is going to be amplified, and you're just going to have like that or if it doesn't disgust you, it may not for everybody, but you're going to have that stank eye, that eyebrow raised to be like, yo, something's funky here, and I'm not with it. Yeah, you gotta bounce. All right, so just as a forewarning, so who's in, who's out? Collaboration, complementary relationships, etc. To really capitalize on the energy is going to be all about understanding who is going to be elevating you, or how you can be elevating yourself. So one tidbit that I have, I love to write. I love journaling. I have so many different little notebooks and journals around everywhere, even in storage. From when I moved, I know I do, that I maybe have only used a little bit of, maybe half. I know that there's one that I use very frequently to get out my thoughts, feelings, etc., etc. But I feel like writing. And I'm saying that more so because it's retrograde. Communication with others is going to be a little bit touchy, where you may have to really take a pause for a second and rethink about what you want to share. So, you know, text messages, emails, anything that has to do with communicating with other people, you may just want to reevaluate before you hit send. Can't always be done, but just understand that if something isn't adequately explained, you may get an opportunity to fix it. More than likely you will, but especially in a work environment, just keep a close eye on all of that. But writing, I really feel that individuals being able to write is going to get them in touch with, certain aspects of themselves that they may not have thought of, maybe have had a hard time communicating with other people. But starting there may help answer some questions. It's more like thinking in action, if that makes any sense. Instead of just straight out doing it. Actively thinking, actively listening. And I'm actually going to get into that a little bit more. But yeah, do that. Feel the understanding more so than trying to think about it specifically. Feeling it. If you need to, develop, and this may sound weird to some people, but if you need to, feel the paper, do that. If you need to feel the pen, pencil, whatever you're writing with, do that. Develop that relationship. Do it in quiet. I know sometimes people aren't always their most comfortable without any noise, but how best can you listen to what is already inside you if you have a million different things going on? So I think writing is going to be very helpful to maybe smooth over some of those communication blocks a little bit more. All right. Um, yeah, I feel also when it comes to writing that some of the questions you may have to deal with what is the missing piece. What else? But more so, what is the missing piece in what you are able to do about the situation? So, and that's where maybe your subconscious needs to be tapped into, because in your and about when I'm saying awake, I mean more like your first mind, not necessarily the 2D. Um, yeah, what's the missing piece? And more so asking questions of what can I do to improve whatever it is, versus saying like, or asking, what is it that I need? It's pretty broad. You more than likely already have the answer. You just need to be a little bit more involved in trusting yourself. Okay, so right. And people tell me if that helped. Like, I love receiving feedback. I love understanding where certain messages may resonate with you all. It's been wonderful. I can't stress this enough. Not only the support received, but I don't know how to explain it. How touched people have been, and people that I actually would not have thought would have been. Yeah. So yes, this full moon is the first of 3 super moons, and I really feel that understanding that there are going to be issues when it's surrounding loyalty. There's going to be conflict. If you are not able to trust the person, you probably will not hesitate to leave. Making sure to really understand what it is that you want and what you want to be bringing forward into the new year. And even with new year, I mean from the day that you set that intention, because 2017 is basically over. So no real worries there. But I've never really been a fan of the concept when it comes to I need to wait until, that new year to do this, and this. I have vision boards, which are actually right on over there, that I usually start thinking about, because my wonderful friend, since I moved to DC, or out east more so, since I live in a different area than DC, but she hosts an annual vision board party. It is a great time, and it's wonderful, one, to not only compare to the previous year, but to see where I had touched on so many of the different things that I wanted to, and understanding and being accepting of that if something didn't fully manifest, it's okay, but the energy was there, and the energy is going to continue forward. And even looking back on the ones that I've created, like, I have checked off so many things, and even though it started off as an idea, or it started off as a want, and seeing the progress, feeling the progress, and to know where I'm at right now, oh, it's like the greatest feeling ever. So I'm really excited for attending the one that she has for us for 2018. It's gonna be great. So yeah, those things. Now, moving on a little bit, emotional rawness, I think, is going to be critical too when it comes to being true to yourself. Intimacy is a deep thing. I don't know, and this is me personally, I don't know of anybody who can sit there and say to me when we have our conversations that intimacy is easy. And not to say necessarily that it's hard, but who feels comfortable sharing some of the deepest stuff of themselves with somebody else? And the fact too that you may never 100% know anyone else, and you're sitting here telling me that I need to, that's how I can build relationships with people, is if I let them in on some secrets or whatever it may be. It's hard. It is a hard thing to do, but emotional rawness is going to be required. All right? During my prayer and meditation time, yes, intimacy and being able to share some of those deepest things is going to be required. So I suggest, another reason why I had my wonderful sage burning is get some flame in your life. Get some fire. Candles. I have an oil diffuser, incense, sage, whatever works for you. Please, please, please put it around you. So in one area of my space, I have candles burning like crazy, and they have purpose. So I have an abundance candle. I have a miracle candle. I have an angel influence candle. I also have positive energy. And then I have different salt lamp candle holders around to amplify that energy. I also have incense, and I do have my oil diffuser going as well, just to, bring certain scents into the air. But whatever you can do to meditate more, to pray more, to just be one with self, please do it. Especially if you have a hard time communicating with others, okay? So I just had somebody ask me, who am I speaking with? I have YouTube here, Instagram here, Facebook here. So I'm going to be integrating all three screens, all right? Yeah, get some flame in your life. For me, it is so relaxing. I love candles. They do it for me. Yeah. So, another aspect of how to capitalize on this full moon energy before I, kind of take things to the next level here for the video is active listening. So even as you are getting to know yourself, aligning with self, it's not to say that you're not going to be talking to anybody. But when it comes to things that are of importance, whether that is of importance to you or importance to the other person, you need to actively listen in these next few weeks here. And that doesn't mean, you interrupt and you finish the thought, because 9 times out of 10, sure, you may be correct, but you may be totally misinterpreting the whole idea because you've already shut off, really being able to consider what the other person was trying to portray. So waiting until they're done. And if you need to ask, have you finished your statement or whatever it is, you can do that. I don't think that's rude. I think it actually means, like if you have something else to say, I want to make sure that I'm not going to interrupt or just hear that process. Excuse me. But then being able to summarize what they said, I think this is going to help build up that intimacy part, especially if it comes to trying to resolve those conflicts that come about. Being able to say, so what I think I heard you speaking to, or in summary, this is what I'm getting from what you said, and then giving them the option to clarify. I think that's going to be wonderful for a lot of us. It's listening, it's receiving, it's being a mirror. Again, Geminis, light and dark, masculine and feminine characteristics, parallels. So being able to be a mirror to somebody else, I think, is going to be crucial. All right. Redefining yourself. So as you're getting to learn more about yourself, you are able to always rewrite who you want to be in a genuine sense. So if you need to be doing that, which I think most of us are, again, it's we just exited the season of, well, actually, we're not officially into the winter solstice just yet, but we're wrapping up on the season where things die. You know, autumn, fall. It is the season where, you know, nature is changing. Nature is trying to prepare to be in hibernation for a little while. So that's kind of what humans need to be doing. Nature follows nature. Humans, we have been so trained and so desensitized, and you know, our thought process are built off of books from what other people think and wrote, etc., etc. So by knowing yourself, creating your own definition, it's like you're being reborn. So when spring rolls around and, you know, things are starting to come full bloom, so will you. So will you. So yeah. So I think before I get into the chakra cleansing, and I really hope that this is going to be one of my shortest videos. Not that I don't like being with you all and feeling your energy, but I really want to get some really good sleep with this full moon. I have written out intentions already, but I want to wake up tomorrow, God willing, and just feel really energized, renewed, being able to take on this week, still start December off fresh, you know, all of that jazz. So I wanted to share, because I didn't do this with my last video, so my bad, everyone. But I did mention what I was wearing. I didn't mention any of their meanings. So I was wearing, I believe, moonstone. I had a Lemaronian seed on top of my crown. I had my clear quartz crystal around my neck, and I had on actually this same mala necklace, which is for peace, protection. When I was speaking about the earth movement in my last video, I felt really drawn to this one, made out of gray. Crap, why am I blanking on the name? Again, I will list it out. I don't want to waste time on that. But I was really called to this one because, again, I don't feel that it was an actual earthquake. Like, I don't. I really think that from a spiritual standpoint that something major is happening. Something major is happening in humanity and the divine forces that be. You know, the positive energy in this world has had enough of some of the things that have been taking place, and now they're stepping in. So this one called out to me for sure. And I wanted to wear it again today, more so because I've been having some interesting dreams. And I had mentioned in my last video too that for the first time ever, I had put a very powerful intention, and I would even say prayer, under my pillow to offset the dreams that I was having. So summarize the message that I was getting. So I wanted to put it on today, kind of to come full circle. Huh. Full moon confirmation. You know what I mean? Can't make it up. This necklace also helps with spiritual and psychic, wholeness, development. So it just has a lot of wonderful, wonderful qualities. So I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And these other two actually were waiting for me today. And so as I was going, through this beautiful gift actually that I had gotten, so I didn't spend the money on these blessings, total blessings. But as I was going through, just seeing what I had gotten, to feel called to these was awesome. Awesome. So again, to have somebody sow a gift into you, because you had sown it into them, it was nice. One thing, the company that this is from, I really wish that they would have the names of the different things there, but lucky enough, the friend that blessed me with these was kind enough to let me know what the names were, and I went and looked them up myself. So this one, and I may totally butcher this, I think is called the Rathi Mala necklace. And this one, I'm sorry, I actually need to search for this one. Okay. So I had only looked up the name. I just had to pull up the email that was sent to me. But it is made of African turquoise, aquamarine, pink aventurine, and it is aided to seeing alternatives and possibilities. And also perfect for balancing male and female energy. What I say about those good old twins? Yeah. That makes me happy. I get so excited about how, and this is sometimes because I know sometimes receiving confirmations, it's just like, are you serious? I've not even that I had been asking the question or whatever it may be. It's just that confirmations sometimes pop up when you absolutely least expect it. And, sometimes when you're not ready, it's simply just a shock to the system, if anything else. So, yeah, but this one, I was just attracted to from the colors, which I figured, excuse me, I'm sorry. I figured one of the stones was going to be watermelon stone, which it was. So I was really excited about that because there are so many crystals out there, and I can tell you I probably still have not touched even half of them. And I got a lot, but I haven't touched half of them, especially when I go into the crystal shops that I frequent. But anywho, so this is, I think also there's redstone in here. And this one is, I have written it down somewhere. But it's really about attracting electricity, manifestation, love even. But this one makes me happy too. I mean, feeding your life. Yeah. So I also have different stones placed around me, and I don't really want to move them, but I will say like what they're for. So I have carnelian, which is one of my favorites. Especially when it comes to doing healing on the lower chakras. So actually the first, second, and third chakras. And this one is more about courage, vitality, action, confidence. One of the element, or the element, I actually think for carnelian is fire. So I think that's one of the reasons why I'm super, super attracted to it. Why I'm attracted to candles, all of that stuff is just because of who I am. I have citrine, and this is a happy stone for me. Also a fire stone, and also for the first, second, and third chakras, which are your root, your sacral, and then also your solar plexus. All right, and so it'll be interesting to see what card comes out that I pull for the chakra reading. And citrine is more about manifestation, mental clarity, creativity, personal will. So again, kind of confirming how to really capitalize on this full moon energy, you know. I have oh man, I will move this one just because I was tempted to touch it, but it is Techite, T-E-K. Is it T-I-T-E? I think so. But this is useful for all. Can be. It is associated with astral travel, expanding the consciousness, all of those different types of things. It's an earth stone, a spirit stone. It is for definitely strengthening the aura. It's just awesome. And so I also have another stone that is in the same family, Moldavite. Crazy strong. But I specifically wanted that one, or was called to use it tonight, because of astral travel. I wanted to really be able to magnify my dreams when I go to sleep this evening. So that is what that one is here for. And then Amazonite, which is for truth, communication, harmony. It's a water stone. And more so for the fourth and fifth chakra areas, which are your heart and your throat. Those partnerships, relationships, speaking. And then Argonite. Tempted to touch this one too. This is a new baby. We've only been bonding for, I want to say, about 6 weeks. 6 weeks. But this is the first time that she wanted to come out. Yeah. Grounding energy for sure. Stabilizes. Like, I can feel that now. Clears blockages. So I've mentioned before that just in my own personal journey, I am trying to clear out, you know, some of the energy that has been built for generations and generations in my family. I think my mother was the first who was trying to break through some of those chains, but and this is me, just from, you know, what I've felt when it comes to my relationship with her and her role in my life, is that she chose to be more of a guide for me and my family. She was always the strongest one on earth, but I think she wanted to be a guide to help us do what she wasn't going to be able to do. And I'll take that. I will take that on. This stone also represents patience. I think I'm a very patient person, but there are some times when there are things that I want that I'm not as patient for, but I've definitely learned a lot when it comes to just, standing still and letting, divine timing take its place. But I think the number one reason why I chose that stone is because I wanted to overcome some personal stagnation I was feeling, and it helps. So during my bonding time with her, yes, ma'am. During my bonding time with her, I have realized where, again, some things I'm able to do, not control. There are certain things that I'm able to do to progress. But I control absolutely nothing. So even if that door is open, I choose to walk through it. What is on the other side? I have no say in that. So, and then I found this beautiful, look at it. I finally have looked out at TJ Maxx with some of their crystal finds. So TJ Maxx, Marshall's, Home Goods, they have some of these babies, and I couldn't leave her. Could not leave her. This is rose quartz, all about love. Love, love, love. And not necessarily love between you and another person, but love for self. I think that's why she was calling to me. I needed to bring a little bit more of that back into my life right now. So she has been channeling. I don't want to put this anywhere where it's going to topple any of these contraptions I have here. But she has been, sucking out any negative energy from these cards and getting them ready for me to present to you all. Not going to be a spread. I am really just going to shuffle and see what comes out for most of us, if not all of us, to concentrate on for the next few weeks in regards to areas that we can strengthen. All right. So I'm going to cleanse from the conversation so we can really focus together. I'm going to be using my Tibetan singing bowl. Gorgeous, gorgeous instrument. It's actually a musical instrument, but the sound that it resonates really helps calm you. I love it. I also do use this to cleanse my crystals. I will put them in here and then, just knock it one time on the side. Sometimes a couple of times if she had or he had to, deal with a lot of people that day. But it helps. And if you ever wanted to know how to clean your crystals outside of setting them in the moonlight, you can put them in the sun. You can also put them in salt. I do recommend that it's Himalayan pink salt. But I'm not, I was when I first started using crystals to cleanse them with hot water. I don't anymore because I'm still learning about them a little bit, and I just am really scared that it may erode some of the crystals, especially if they're raw versus tumbled. Raw means they are going to have, like these are, like these ones that I had shown. If they have rough edges, but tumbled are those smooth ones. So like I have on a raw amethyst, but I think in a previous video I had on a tumbled tiger's eye. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to ring and play this for a little bit and then pull whatever, pull whatever God says to pull. And I still haven't decided yet if I want to read from the guidance book. I might. But I might just intuitively read it and then clarify with some tarot cards. But we'll see how I feel after she moves and we get the vibrations. All right. So, ready? Stop there. Okay. Yeah. So let's get into this. I think I might read some. We'll see. I still haven't decided yet. Oh man. I mean, I'm feeling that all of the chakras can definitely be impacted, but I'm feeling more geared towards so again, in my last video I had said that when it comes to when I get cards in my hands, or when I touch somebody, or even just, you know, hearing them speak to me on the phone, I feel certain sensations in different chakras of mine. And this one I'm feeling right in my gut. I'm feeling it right in my gut, where this really has to do with the third chakra, solar plexus. Maybe the second. But I'm not feeling it, you know, towards the back of my body. Not my back, the back of my body. I'm not feeling it there. So, I would love, you know, with me asking for just one card, if that would actually happen, but I'm only doing one pull, and by me saying that, that means I am only going to, you know, let whatever jumps out this one time come out, and if it's not too many, I'll take them. Oh, I think we got it. I think we just got one today. Yay! Ooh. Discovery. Okay, so Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Crazy in the lower chakras. Now, if I'm intuitively reading this without even opening the book yet, I find it interesting that this card, and I know you're not able to fully see it clearly, but has a heart, and I am so focused on that. And focused on the angel too, where this kind of reminds me of the Lover's card. Who rules, or Yeah, who rules what? The Gemini. The Lover's card. Where typically in the tarot deck there's an angel or some type of divine figure or picture in the background with hands up, typically overlooking usually two people. But I'm figuring that this potentially is two people in one, where it is, the body and the heart, so the body and the soul. Or it could be that it's symbolized in two different ways, where you have this human self, and then you also have this inner self, this red rose. Which, crazy enough, so in my oil diffuser, I have different types of oils that I put in there. Some of them are, astrology based, so sign based. So I try to capitalize on the energy of something that's pulling me at that time. So like if Mars is in a certain sign, I might put that in there, or different things. I might have a mixture, whatever. But today I wanted to have scents. And I have different kind of scents. I have, natural scents, floral scents, whatever. But the one that I chose today, I kid you not, was red rose. I'm telling you. And now that I'm looking at this card closer, there's a face on the freaking flower. Okay. And then there's a moon. A full moon at that. Okay. Yep. We'll go with what's in the book. Okay. So, I love this book for the simple purpose that it does highlight wonderful things for people that may not be familiar. Like literally you can, tote this around with you everywhere if you wanted to, and be able to look into it and understand what the chakras are. So, quick synopsis, there are 7. And you are going from the bottom up. So your first chakra is your root chakra. Then you move up to your sacral. Then you move up to the solar plexus. Then you move up to the heart, the throat, the third eye, the crown. And then I do consider there to be an 8th, which is spirit. So that energy from your inner self that is coming out. And Instagram, I thought this was going to be a short video. So I'm going to have to pull you back up in a couple of minutes when this closes out. But I wanted to give that synopsis. So red is always associated with the root chakra. Then you're going to have orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then a neutral color, typically for the crown chakra. All right. So just overall impression. So I'm going to just be reading what it says here to help out individuals who are not familiar with the chakras. Actually, let me wait until I pull Instagram back up. So I'll be right back with you all. Hold on. We're back. So overall impression and I'm just going to hold this up because I want, to be tapping in. Grounding energy. Keywords: vital, sexual, passionate, energized, forceful. Manifesting intention with the root chakra. The first chakra relates to the source of your energy and to how you are building your foundation. Think of the root chakra as a platform. The red cards represent the support you have created or are creating for your future. The root chakra cards show us a new way to bring our dreams to fruition. They denote beginnings and reveal how to create a solid foundation in tangible form. Keep this in mind. If you are not yet creating what you say you desire, you may need to grow your energetic root deeper and wider into the earth plane. An abundance of red cards in a reading is a strong indication of how you are building your foundation and will offer energetic ideas about what is necessary for you to manifest. These cards represent the beginning of an undertaking and may guide you away from the old ideas that no longer work in your life. What was I saying at the beginning of my video? Red cards ask, how does this card represent the place from which I can create something extraordinary? So in this specific deck, there are 7 cards in the root chakra section, or aura, and this is actually the 6th. So, yeah. So the Lover's card in the tarot deck, it's a major arcana card, and what is the number usually on that card? 6. Can't make this up, people. When the spirits want you to get a message, they know how to get it to you. And I'm thankful. I'm not complaining. I promise. So, discovery. Pink from Pinkton. This is just at a glance. So, a quick summary of what we're going to get more in depth with when I read what this card is actually about. In the past, you may not have been fully prepared to face facts. Being willing to take the journey regardless of the outcome will prove rewarding. Get ready to carry a commitment through to completion. Alright? So, Pink from Pinkton says, I am more than I think I am. I was saying at the beginning, Geminis, they are up here. They are an air sign. They are all about logic. It may not be foreign to you, individuals who, have Geminis in their life, because like I said, they rule my world. Have so many Gemini best friends and actually a roommate as well. But they rule the thought process, and it's not foreign for them to possibly say or fall in love with things that challenge their knowledge. Like, they like to learn. Them being in love means that you're able to teach them something. You have to be able to touch their intellect. They are not the most emotional beings unless they have water in their chart, or I would even say fire in their chart. Geminis are some interesting people. I love you though. I love you. I really, really do. But some interesting people where it's one thing one day and something else again the totally different day, because yeah, they have a split personality. Not as much as my Pisces out there. And I love y'all too. I really do. Because I get it. I'm a scale. So I do that whole weighing back and forth. I have Sagittarius in my charts. And it's half horse, half human. So again, you have all these dualities in certain signs more than others. So I understand. All right, I understand. But I was saying at the beginning that when it comes to getting attuned with yourself, it's not about thinking about it. It's not trying to understand it with your mind. It's about feeling it. All right? That's what Pink from Pinkton wants you to know. The legend. Life is easy for young Pink. He takes his gifts for granted until one day he loses Petunia, the love of his life. Confirmations, people. So this stands for the freaking Lover's card. Oh, the moon is in Gemini. Gotta love spirit. The love of his life, forcing him on an inner journey, going inside, learning about your inner truth. He works hard on himself, hoping for another chance that doesn't come, and in desperation, he consults Sky God and learns that Petunia is incapable of receiving love. Pink recognizes that Petunia's role in his life has been to expand his capacity to love. Are you trying to recapture a past that no longer fits? If you are presently upset or struggling with a difficult situation, you may be seeking to keep something that is far less than what you deserve. So ask yourself, am I happy in this situation? How is it benefiting me? The healing of predetermined agreements must be addressed, and awareness is healing. Key ideas you may have: leaving the past behind, a readiness for a new adventure, a willingness to venture into uncharted territory, a new level of self-care. Uplift yourself, take that journey, make that commitment. If any of you want some help with meditation and prayer, it does give that as well. Imagine something that you are presently passionate about. Allow the feeling to well up inside you. Now begin a journey to the mountain of the sky god. Your human worries drop away as you climb. When you reach the peak, the sky gods join you and begins to speak. Listen carefully. So, go back and watch the beginning of my video. Also, I would say, watch my third and the video that I just posted a few days ago as well, for the cards and what I was speaking to with them, how I was describing what was going to be happening, because a lot of that seems to fit with this. It does. Those conflicts, those questions that you have when you're writing, or, you know, those things that you may have been thinking about, those people that it's just not vibing anymore. We're not gelling like that anymore, where you have to sit back and be like, ooh, you know, like, take that, listen to it. Listening to your intuition has to do, when you get those sensations, everybody has them. It has nothing to do with, you know, I've heard so many different terminologies. It's crazy for what I do. But I don't relate to anything negative. Okay. And everybody has those sensations when it comes to trusting your gut. You know it. You know it. So listen to that. Save yourself the headache. If you are getting that, you know, that thought or that feeling, that again, you need to check something before you say, okay, it's good. And I was saying at the beginning of my video, more so like, if you have, you know, car seats, or if you're just like, I'm just going around the corner, I'm not going to put on my seatbelt this time. Or, you know, if you decide to leave something, but you're sitting there like, well, maybe I should. Yes, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. So that's all I got for you all tonight. That's all I got. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Yeah. So like I said at the beginning as well, I have my YouTube up and running now. And again, YouTube, I will be playing around with some things to kind of see how I want this to flow and be formatted. YouTube is going to be different than all of my other social medias. This is really where I'm going to be showcasing the range of my gifts. Facebook, I definitely will still utilize you for live when it comes to things like this, conversations that I want to have, messages that I want to get out. Instagram, you're my bread and butter when it comes to things. So I will be utilizing you for a lot, but YouTube is really going to be the main place for different things, and there will be a few different channels, so I will make sure to share that information with you. As of right now, there's one that I've added. There will be another one coming. You can tell, right? There is another one coming, and then when I get the Facebook pages up and popping, I will let you all know about that as well. So come on over to YouTube, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. You'll learn more about me and what I am able to do. And until the next time, love and light. Have a beautiful week. Again, if you have not gone outside and seen that beautiful moon, please do so. Take it in. Go back and watch this video from the beginning if you came in at any other point in time, because I really do feel like this message is meant for the masses. So I'm going to close this out by just hitting my singing bowl one more time. I'm trying to make sure it is in all three. Okay, perfect. And then I will see you all on another day. Love and light, my people. Mwah. Love you all. Oh, I'm so...